Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to be showing you 2 recipes for sheet pan dinners. These have been all the rage for a while and they're super easy cleanup. And so I thought I would show you 2 that we like to do here at our house. So this first one is the honey mustard chicken, and you'll need olive oil, Dijon mustard, and honey for the sauce, and then some salt and pepper to season everything. I used about 3 pounds of chicken, and then about 2 pounds of potatoes that I've washed. I'm going to leave the peel on to roast them. I used about 5 or 6 carrots and 2 onions. And so then I just get everything chopped up and put onto a sheet pan. Now make sure you line that sheet pan with full, give it a good spray with some cooking spray, and then just throw all your vegetables on there as you're cutting them up. You just chunk them over there. And then next I'm going to show you how I mix up the dressing that goes over the whole thing. I can't remember exactly what the measurements are right now, but I'll have it linked down below from the recipe. I found this one online and I followed the recipe I think pretty much exactly as it was, except for I may have increased the quantities of chicken, vegetables, stuff like that, because sometimes a recipe that you find online might only be enough for like 4 servings, and so I do 1.5 of them because we have 6 adults. And so this was great. Everybody loved it. So everything has been seasoned with the salt and pepper, and now the last step is just to get that dressing poured over everything. And so I used the entire amount of dressing that I made for this sheet pan of food. I started and made sure I got the chicken really good and coated, and then I kind of just drizzled it all over my vegetables, evenly coating. And then I even took a brush to it just to kind of make sure it all got onto all the pieces, and so that worked out well. Then I stuck it into the oven at 400 degrees for 40 minutes, and this came out beautifully. So after 40 minutes, I checked my potatoes and my carrots to make sure that they were nice and tender, and they were, and it browned up beautifully, and everyone enjoyed it. Next was on to Brussels sprouts with brats and potatoes. And so we're going to start with some Johnsonville brats, and these have 5 in each pack, so we're doing 10 brats total. Again, I have about 2 pounds of potatoes, and then I did 2 steam fresh bags of Brussels sprouts. So these are frozen Brussels sprouts, and I just couldn't find any good fresh Brussels sprouts to have in my Walmart order, so I ended up going with the frozen ones, and they worked out great. And then I'm making my own dressing. I don't have a recipe for this one for you to follow, but I'll put in the description down below what I ended up doing. But I just kind of made this up on my own. I couldn't find a recipe online that I really liked, but we ate at a German restaurant when we went to go visit my son up in Hendersonville, North Carolina for his birthday back at Valentine's Day. And we loved it. We all enjoyed eating there. And they always have at a German restaurant, you can get like German potato salad, and it's served warm, and it's got a bit of a mustard kick to it, but it also has a sour taste like vinegar. So I thought I'll make this dressing with oil, mustard, and apple cider vinegar, and it actually turned out really well. So I was pleased with how it came out. So I'll put the measurements down that I wrote down in my notes as I'm cooking, kind of what I use. The only note I would say is I wished that I had made a little more dressing so that everything could be coated a little better, because the seasonings were great. So I wanted kind of more on that, but we did serve with a side of Dijon mustard on the side for everybody to dip their brats into. So everybody was pleased. So I've just been taking my vegetables, the potatoes, and then the Brussels sprouts, and getting them into the bowl with some of that dressing that I made up, and then I just tossed them in that, and then threw them out on my lined and sprayed baking sheet. And then I'm just going to nestle the brats down on top of the vegetables, so kind of when they cook up, any juices that they let off are going to help season the Brussels sprouts and season the potatoes. So that made them delicious. And then I just took the rest of that dressing and brushed it on, and then I flipped them over and brushed the other side as well. And so here's a picture of what it looked like. It browned up nice, and it was great. So not everybody in my family eats Brussels sprouts. We also did some kraut on the side for this night. My mom and dad, Neil, they're big fans of kraut with their brats, so we had that for them. And so everybody enjoyed it. Even my girls who aren't big German food fans, they like bratwurst, so they were happy. You can't go wrong with that and potatoes. So anyway, here it is all plated up, mine and Neil's plates. He does the kraut, I do not. Thanks for watching again, and if you haven't already, please remember to subscribe and like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thanks, see you later.